DB, you had a Connor Booth question.
I do.
Playoffs.
So, I mean, the gaudy numbers, right? Almost 14 per, the ridiculous numbers. He's going to broach over 6,000 yards, the amount of touchdowns.
That's a lot of carries.
The YPCs have been amazing. Do you when you watch him and you pit it against, because you saw him live early against Catholic?
Yeah.
Do you pit it again? Like, how do you separate not apologizing for the schedule versus knowing he's really good? Because it seems like his running style will translate.
It's hard because
doesn't it? Or is that too much?
Yeah, he's low to the ground. I just would like to see him.
I mean, is he a more explosive Liebentritt?
Something like that. Yeah,
that's interesting.
I think he moves to. I was gonna bring that up. That's a good question or a good point. I think he's a fullback.
He has the frame for it.
Yeah, he's a thick kid.
He's thick and low. Like he's low. Can be
thick.
Low to the ground like that.
He's fast.
Yeah.
A more explosive Liebentritt is actually really intriguing.
His athletic numbers.
I know that's what I'm saying. Like I think we sleep that he's
pretty athletic.
He's athletic. There's no sneaky to it.
Yeah.
I mean, he's got 2,400 yards rushing and 184 carries, which is kind of up there. But
it's still over 10 per.
It's almost 14.
It's 13.1.
I've watched him all year. I know,
it's 13.1.
Yeah,
like that's a Bristol. I know it's a lot of carries, but
he does have a lot of carries.
It's not a lot of carries, really.
184
in his like
career.
20 a game.
Listen, we gave the ball to Calvin Strong one year.
No, I know.
Almost 400 times.
He's got 463 carries in his career.
Yeah,
so that's not crazy.
Calvin's had 300.
He's averaging 12 yards a carry in his high school career.
Yeah, he had that many as a senior.
Well, yeah, I mean, rushed for 70-some hundred yards.
That's pretty good.
You just don't.
He's
averaging 12. I mean, you just don't just fall down occasionally, right? Like it doesn't happen. It doesn't happen with
Never
him.
Trip.
Yeah, he's so low to the ground. I mean, and they run him now. They run him between the A gaps, like a lot. I mean, it's a lot of inside run stuff, and it's just.
It is kind of incredible though, like to have that yards per carry when that's how they're using it.
It's in the pistol or shotgun, and it's a handoff, and he's just coming right at you.
I don't know. You got me kind of salivating over more explosive Liebentritt. Like that could be.
That's fair. That's fair. I think that's true. I think
that could be useful in the way Nebraska kind of wants to play. Like that could be fun.
I'm always looking for another inside viable run threat.
I just want Kyle Juszczyk.
Oh, that would be interesting, especially pro style.
Like if you're able to use him,
he can catch
like
the ball.
If you can use him like Juszczyk, like that's fun.
I just asked.
More like an H back, like a true H back.
Yeah, absolutely. Like a little Chris Cooley style back in the day for Washington.
My man's got 99 total touchdowns. It's pretty good.
Let's get that one more. Let's get
No, he's gonna get about.
Jacob gave some stats on Andy B preps the other day, like career wise. I just was like, you're approaching.
Those don't even sound right.
Calvin Strong territory.
Yeah,
he's close. He has a very legit shot to break the 11-man rushing touchdown record too, which
is held by.
Could happen tonight. Isn't it Ducker? No, Ducker has total touchdowns, and Calvin has the rushing.
Yeah.
So Ducker has what 100.
We sleep on him too.
Ducker.
He was incredible
because he broke Bradley's record, right?
Yeah, he
had a nice couple years at Northern Illinois too.
He had a touchdown the other night.
It gives me the willies to think about.
Jay Ducker. He had a touchdown for Sam Houston the other night.
He was so savvy as a runner. You could fit it correctly.
It didn't matter,
and he still could get you. Yeah, he keep you open because he was smart.
Yeah,
like he was a high football IQ. He knew blocking. He knew how plays were supposed to hit.
I'm gonna look up the record thing while you're. Yep.
We
I'll come back to it.
Had some good stuff there on high school, but I think the college slate's better than you thought it was this weekend.
I don't.
Listen, I know there's some helmet games.
There's no night game.
What's that?
There's no night games.
Well, that's all right. We got I think some quality games here because there's some stinky numbers that I'm not totally sure on. So we're going to talk about and bet on it here. Brought to you by Warhorse Sportsbook. No bets, no glory. Make sure you get to warhorsecasino.com for all the house rules and all the upcoming promotions they've got going on Here's a number that I find very stinky, DB.
Okay.
Indiana -8
And
over Michigan State.
I think Michigan State could easily win that game. It would not surprise me. I'm not going to call my shot an upset, but Indiana doesn't cover.
But if you're looking at that, if you're looking at those two teams,
Listen, I told our buddy yesterday. Michigan State will win that game.
that's a stinky number.
Yeah.
Like that is one where that caught my attention because if you're just looking at resumes, you're thinking that's a 2-touchdown spread minimum, right?
Yeah.
They've
beaten everybody
by 2 touchdowns.
By 2 touchdowns.
That is a stinky number because Michigan State's not special.
Yeah.
It's at Michigan State, though. That's one where I look at that and I go, okay, Vegas thinks Michigan State can win that game. 100% they do.
Points may be a gift in that one.
That one is super stinky. Another one I think is super stinky. Texas A&M -2.5 against South Carolina.
Like South Carolina.
I think that's a very similar dynamic of Indiana and Michigan State.
That game could potentially be like pinball.
Yeah.
Points aplenty.
Because you're talking about another potential playoff
What's
team.
the total in that game?
Yeah.
You're looking at another potential playoff team on the road
It's got to be 58 minimum.
against a team that, no, that's a low total.
What is it? What is it?
43.5.
Nah,
I'd take the over.
way over.
I take the over.
43.5.
Don't even blink.
That's a very similar dynamic in my mind, though, to that Indiana-Michigan State game in the sense of you've got a potential playoff team on the road against a middling conference opponent. Like, those are two stinky numbers. Now, it is up to -3 now. 2.5 was last night. It is up to -3 now for Texas A&M. Still a stinky line.
Yeah, 30-27 maybe. That game's going over.
You like the over there for sure. You like South Carolina on that one, though?
Yep.
South Carolina and the over for DB.
But you haven't given me a good game yet.
I think those are interesting games.
Yeah. Well,
Interesting and good is not the same
They
thing.
don't
Two
even
different
remotely mean the same thing.
That's fine. I mean, the best game on the slate's going to be Ohio State, Penn State in terms of a matchup. That's a -3.5 for Ohio State there. Do we actually find out who Penn State is yet?
Yeah, you will.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, you will.
Who do you think they are?
Penn State?
Yeah.
Yeah, I like Ohio State in that.
Okay.
I do.
You think Penn State's a little fraudulent for where they're ranked?
I think if they have to make a big play and defenses are playing well, Ohio State is more dynamic.
Much more equipped to be able to do that.
Yep.
That's fair. And somebody's going to have to make a big play, right?
You're missing one that isn't very sexy that I think is kind of would not surprise me at all in the Big Ten.
Wisconsin, Iowa?
Nope.
Oh.
In the Big Ten?
Yep.
That is, let's see here. I looked at Wisconsin, Iowa.
We'll get to that one in a sec.
There's an ACC one that I think is more interesting, but I'm looking Big Ten here. Let me bring it up. All right.
It's right in your backyard.
Minnesota, Illinois?
Correct.
Yeah.
11 a.m.
Minnesota is a favorite. Oh, I actually do have that one on the list.
You talk about a bad line.
Yeah, Minnesota +3 at Illinois.
Yeah.
That is
just a key number.
Yes.
Against the team that's perceived to be better.
I mean, they're top 25.
And they're at home.
Yeah, that is a filthy, stinky number.
That line is horrible.
Yeah. Reeks to high heavens.
Horrible.
How interested are you in
Do you like Minnesota there then?
I do.
Yeah?
I do. I do.
You've kind of been on Minnesota a little bit, though.
They're because they're better than I thought, so I had to eat it.
They are better than I thought, too. And I don't.
This is a great coaching job.
I can't really figure out why.
It's a great coaching job.
I
thought Minnesota would be in trouble. I didn't think they could get to 5. They're already at 5.
Yeah.
I put them at 5.
That is a lot of credit due to Fleck, no matter how you feel about him on that one, because this is kind of a culture year, it feels like, for Minnesota.
Do you know why I like Ohio State?
Why's that?
They shouldn't be favored.
The fact that they are.
They're basing this on history.
Yeah.
Just Franklin wets the bed in these.
All right, let's get to real quick Wisconsin, Iowa. Wisconsin +3 at Iowa.
Total's 40.5. Holy cow.
It's Nebraska too.
That's crazy.
I like I'll take Iowa.
You're taking Iowa?
I don't know. I don't love them to cover.
I don't feel great about it either way. Last one, Nebraska -6.5.
I like Nebraska.
I do too.
Yeah. Yep.
We like Nebraska here.
The game's going to be 24-13.
24-13, calling your shot?
Yep, be ugly, but I like Nebraska.
That is Bet On It, brought to you by Warhorse Sportsbook. Make sure you get to warhorsecasino.com for all their details and promotions coming up.